Okay, barbell jump squat. Now we're gonna load this up, not worry about pulling. We're gonna think about extending and pushing through the floor in a squatting movement this time. So we wanna reset on our jump squats when we're loading. But same thing, we're working full extension, great explosive exercise. And just be real conscious about resetting and landing safely. Broad jumps. Broad jumps are a great way for us to look at our power and now go in a more horizontal fashion instead of going vertically. So he's gonna go jump out and we're gonna have an added bonus with the bands. Like I said, you can do broad jumps with no weight, but since we have the bands, we're gonna take advantage of the deceleration and we're gonna do these little 3 scoots to get back home to kind of pump the brakes. So he's gonna be a big broad jump and then scoots back, 1, 2, 3. So we're really getting a good 3 little contractions and trying to stabilize as the weight's pulling us back. Big. 1, 2, 3, good. Good. The Olympic lifts are a great way for us to address our explosive power and really work triple or even quadruple extension, which you talk about ankle, knee, hip, and even low back. So the clean pull is probably the simplest one. If you could do an adequate deadlift, it's gonna be a great exercise for you. So we'll demonstrate a clean pull. Just using a clean grip, just really gonna work on being explosive and getting full extension. So we can vary his grip out to a snatch grip now, get wider, make him sit his hips down a little bit lower to start. Make it a little tougher. Same premise, full extension. Dumbbell hang snatch. Another great exercise. We think of this as a unilateral exercise because you're holding it with one hand, but you're truly a full body triple extension movement. Once again, it's on one side, he's pulling, whole body. There you go, maybe switch hands. We're gonna go really think about full extension and catching power position. Hang snatch. Now we want to make that bar move a lot further now. So he gets to a hang. We pull the bar all the way up overhead, catching in a good power position. Working full triple quadruple extension. Now we start to get a little more technical with the hang clean. Still pretty simple to teach. It's the next progression. So we're gonna go from a hang. Now we actually have a finishing point. We're gonna rack it high in a nice high power position. Good. High pull from a hang position. Now we start to take it another step further, kind of incorporating a little bit more of the full movement. Still very easy to teach, working full extension. So we took a picture of this at the end. He'd be fully extended up on his toes, elbows high. There you go. Hang, jump, shrug, great exercise, very simple to teach. Working full extension, he's gonna get into a hang position. Full extension, so he's physically gonna leave the floor. Once again, a really simple variation of Olympic lift that really is gonna address full extension. muscle clean from a hang. So almost essentially the same exact thing as a hang clean, but now when we catch it, we're pretty much straight leg now. So we're working on really getting a nice long pull, exaggerating the pull, and catching virtually in a straight leg position instead of catching in that lower power position. Hang muscle snatch. This is one of my favorite exercises of all the Olympic lift variations. I think it's very easy to teach, and it really emphasizes finishing the pull and getting full extension. If we don't get full extension, the bar's not going to travel the way we need it to. So it's a full pull. He's in a clean grip, which is even going to extend that pull. So as you can see, it's a very, very long pull. He gets full extension. Now we can shorten the pull, and he can go out to a snatch grip. And really work that muscle part, being that last few inches of the press out. Good. Okay, ice skater jumps. Ice skater jumps, another great way for us to work our power, but work on that frontal plane that I keep addressing as being kind of a neglected plane. So once again, first couple reps, because we have the band, we're gonna take advantage of it. You do not need the band for this, it needs to be body weight. But since we have the band, we're gonna work on a little stick landing when he gets back to that left foot. So he's gonna push himself out, rebound back, and stick landing there to use his strength and his power. Sticks that landing at home. And again, out, stick. Good, don't let that back foot touch the ground. Yeah, so that's what we're looking at, is just kind of our fighting to try to stabilize. Now go ahead and give me some repeats. So out and back. Now we're just gonna let it go. Really work that power. Good. So obviously we would work on both sides of that, set amount of reps, set amount of time. All right, clean with the kettlebell. Really want to dial things in with your technique. Once again, it's one of those ones where we want to step up a level and just kind of get a little more technical. Another good explosive movement. So we'll do a couple of reps on each side. Key here is to keep that thing close. The cue is to kind of act like you're zipping up a sweatshirt. Good, we'll switch the other side, give a couple of reps. Keeping things tight, ending in a nice tight rack position. Good. Kettlebell half snatch. This is the one I like to teach to people starting out, so we don't have to worry about decelerating that weight down. So we do the regular snatch movement, but now instead of coming back down, he re-racks, comes back down, resets each time. Really forces us to think about that full extension each time, because we don't have that momentum going with us either. And it's a little safer to bring that down in that rack. Also save the hands. So kettlebell high pull is a great way for us to think about a vertical pulling movement using a kettlebell. So as he pulls, it's right into a high pull, just like you would with a barbell. So now, depending on your strength level, weight of kettlebells that you have, this could be a great choice for your explosive lift. Kettlebell snatch, another great way to really work that explosive power, that unilateral aspect, holding in single hand. So we're going full snatch here. We'll switch sides. Full extension every time, being aware of keeping that weight stacked over the shoulders. Sandbag clean, great variation, a little bit easier to teach than a regular clean, especially when we want to go from the floor. So he gets set, bag on his feet, works triple extension again, quadruple extension possible, full pull, and it's much easier to teach this rack position than the bar. Sandbag rotational high pull, great triple extension explosive exercise. Now we're gonna change it into a multiple plane exercise. So now as we grab the handles, sits his hips down, pivots his back foot, turns his back hip. We turn it into a really good full body explosive movement, still working extension. But now we get that rotational aspect to it. Really works on exploding the weight up. Good. Sandbag snatch. Now we take it another level. We're going to go up all the way overhead. Big pull, punches the hands through, much like with a kettlebell, punching through, weights. Going to finish behind. Seated box jump. Now what we could do is take a traditional box jump and kind of take that counter movement out of it. So what I like to do is not worry about the height of the box, just worry about the effort that's coming out of the person that's jumping. So we're gonna sit him to take, it's almost like you're trying to jump from a dead stop. We don't even need a very high box. This is probably even higher than we need. He's gonna go from this position, thinking about pushing through the ground and landing on top of that box like a cat, and then he's gonna step down off that box. So from here, without much arm motion, without much rocking, he's gonna pop up to the box. There you go, good. So based on what he's doing, we want to try to take out the arms a little bit, so less and less arms, less and less rocking. So it's really generating the power from pushing his feet through that ground and going and going. So really, it's almost like a deficit jump. Good. One more. Good. Split jumps, another great bodyweight exercise. Once again, we got the band on here, but you can go with nothing, or holding a medicine ball, or putting a weighted vest on. So we're gonna go in the split position, which is an awkward position for us to feel. We don't feel that comfortable in it. So we're gonna work a couple of stick landings first to demonstrate. Big jump, big stick. Big jump, big stick. A lot of strength, a lot of work needed to do this. And then so we want a couple of repeats to really work on just unloading and letting it go. Good. Vertical jumps. When we start talking about trying to improve our explosive ability, our power, we've got the lifts that we can do, but we also have body weight exercise we can do. I'm going to show you with the addition of some bands, but these can all be done without the band as well, depending on what your strength level is, or if you want to throw a weighted vest on instead of a band, so be it. So we're going to work on just vertical jumps right now, and we're going to work on a stick landing. So a lot of times we really want to get the most out of our jump, but I really want to get the landing because it's going to be very metabolically challenging in terms of getting, building work capacity. So you can give us a couple of jumps with a stick landing. We really want to stick land this like this because it's really going to take a lot of muscle strength to decelerate and to get in a good landing position. Now we can go into repeats and really work the power output to really get the most out of a very simple pattern, which is just a vertical jump.